Hey everyone, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about yet another type of aquarium wood, and this time I'm going to be talking about Caspian wood. Now, I always start off this video by usually explaining where this wood came from, but there's actually not a lot of research about it, which is partly why I'm making this video. But what I have gathered is this is a root, and that makes sense because a lot of woods with this shape generally are roots. And it is also from the Caspian forest, which is along the shores of the Caspian Sea. Now, woods that are along shorelines are very good for aquariums because usually they're used to either having contact with water directly or they're just in a high humidity environment. So I believe that this wood is from the Caspian forest. Now, I purchased this wood from a local fish store. It's a specialty store where I can find a lot of items that I don't find elsewhere. From doing some research online, it does appear that you can order it online from some places, but they're not places that I personally have a storefront of in my city. So it is available to be ordered online, but it's definitely going to be a lot harder to come across in person simply because it's not one of the most common woods. And you can also check out a reptile shop if a fish store doesn't have it, because a lot of people, like myself, use woods like this in their natural terrariums. So that's actually what I bought this for. So definitely check out that if you have that in the area and you're not having any luck. Now, I believe I bought this for around $35, which does sound like a lot for a stick, but when I actually go and look at the prices online, that does seem to be in the ballpark of what people are paying. Some of these smaller ones are around the $20 to $30 range, and the big ones are $50 to almost $70. Now, in appearance, this wood is very similar to another wood I have called bonsai wood. As you can see, these are very similar. They both have the very fine branches. However, this one, the bonsai wood, is just a little bit more dense. So that's kind of the only difference. This wood does come in this size as well. So the size difference is, that's just the ones that I chose. But this one definitely has branches that are a little bit more tangled, and this one is a little bit less so. It is also the same color as spiderwood, so you could also say it's similar to that. Spiderwood does have a lot of pieces branching off. They are usually just a lot thicker, like more like this half than this upper half here. Now, as I showed the piece of bonsai wood, I did say that this piece does come smaller, and that is true, but the size of the bonsai wood is about as small as it's going to get. I've only seen pieces that are about 5 inches or more. However, this wood is very fine, so you could probably break it and cut it however you want to fit into your tank. Now, a lot of woods do have benefits, but the biggest benefit of this wood is actually the style of it. And that is because these tiny pieces here make an excellent hide for fry and shrimp. Now, sometimes this is referred to as having a nest structure, and this is actually very great because a lot of small fish, like fry, they can go in here and hide, and the bigger fish won't be able to get in there because they're so small pieces. It's very dense that fry can slip in there and they can hide from the predators, which is the other fish in the tank. Unfortunately, in the animal kingdom, fish do like to eat their fry. So you can have the fish go in here and the bigger fish can access them and they can be safe in here. This also goes for small shrimp. Shrimp also like to get eaten. They're kind of nature's snack food. So if you don't want live plants in your aquarium, you don't want to, deal with all the maintenance that requires, then this is another excellent option for you. Of course, when fish are feeling safe, they are less stressed and they're more likely to survive. So that is definitely good. But it does have the benefits that are stress relieving that all other woods have. For example, the tannins. Once again, this is a type of wood, so it does release tannins. Tannins are released into the water when you have wood in there. It's what makes the water dark. It allows you to have blackwater aquariums if you're interested in that kind of thing. But mostly tannins make the water softer, which has some medicinal properties. It can help fish that have fin rot, it can help heal them, and it can also help some fish breed. If you're breeding tanks, once again, the tannins will really help your fish breed. And there also is an instance of stress relieving properties. Like a lot of times it just mimics their natural habitat better. So they will overall be happier, and the happier they are, the less stressed they are, the better their immune system is, and they can fight off stuff that might be harming them. Now, one benefit about this wood, but also might be a con, is that wood like this generally doesn't release a ton of tannins. Lighter wood like this will only put off a small amount. This is great if you don't want a blackwater aquarium, you don't want your water to be dyed, you just want those properties without it being so in your face. then this wood will be great. But if you're looking for something that is extremely tannin rich, then I would definitely supplement this wood with something else that gives off a lot more tannins. Now, my last point, which is really my only con about this wood, is that because it is so lightweight, it's going to take forever to sink. Now, of course, when wood doesn't sink right away, you can pre-boil it, but some woods like this, they can just be so stubborn, and even after boiling, they don't want to sink for a while. So this might take up to a week to sink, and if that's something that bothers you and you don't want that in your tank, pre-soak it in a bucket of water before you put it into your tank, and then, it'll sink when you go to put it in right away. But if you don't want to pre-boil it or pre-sink it because you want to preserve all the tannins, I would definitely recommend either using a plant weight or even a fishing weight to anchor it down under the water until enough, water gets into it and it can stay submerged. But that is all I have to say about this wood. Obviously, it is an aquarium wood, and generally a lot of aquarium woods are very helpful to your tank. They all have that tannin benefit that a lot of fish tanks can use. But this one also has an added benefit of the ability for fish, shrimp, and other small creatures to hide in here and be safe from predators. I personally am a big fan of spiderwood. It is one of my favorite woods, but this one definitely gives it a run for its money. And I almost want to say I like it more simply because I just think that the really fine pieces, it reminds me of like a spooky tree in like a Halloween movie. Maybe. I watch a lot of horror movies, I'm sorry, but that is the vibe that I get. So I really like this wood. If you do want to see more videos on some other wood types, I do have quite a few, and I have a benefits of playlist where I've put them all, and I'll put that in the iCards for you to check out. If you do like this video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos from me, then make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when I upload. That is all for today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.